I'm going to tell you this again. I'm going to tell you this again because it's just so important. And you're going to come across this situation again when it comes to February 2023. So you do need to remember this. Do not do things that don't make sense. Why would you do things that don't make sense to you whatsoever? Someone is going to come up to you. Someone is going to say something to you. Someone is going to ask you to do something, my gorgeous Pisces. For the love of God, why would you do something that you know it's instantly really, really bad for you? And on top of that, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. And I'm saying this to you because your first thoughts are going to be, your initial thoughts are going to be, this absolutely doesn't make sense. But sometimes the bloody devil is very, very kind of like, it comes in so many different ways, you know, and I'm talking about something rather devilish here. I'm talking about something rather bad and negative. Not that it's actually going to happen to you, but you need to understand that this needs to come from you. You're the only one who can respond to this situation. No one can respond to this situation but yourself. So why, for the love of God, you would do something that you don't want to do? Don't let the negative energy to take over. Don't ever, ever, ever let anyone to steal your spirit from you. And the way people can steal your spirit from you is just like that, by making you to do something that you don't want to do, by making you to do something that you know it's bad, and that they're making you to do something that you know, you instantly know it's something is not quite right here. So please do remember this. And you are going to have a situation this month where you are going to be pressurized, like to do something like there is no tomorrow, and you have to come on top of this, my gorgeous Pisces. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to do what you want to do, and to be able to recognize some kind of maybe manipulation going on, terrible manipulation going on. So my gorgeous Pisces, please do be prepared. You're one of the signs that are extremely powerful when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your intuition. You know, when you see people, you know who is good, you know who is bad instantly. That's how powerful you are. So why would you be ignoring these feelings? Why? Okay, this is important. You're extremely intuitive signs. You're in touch with your intuition on a whole another level. You're in touch with the earthly energies on a whole another levels. So I need you to understand, and now it's time to take this on and just like kind of start using it from the beginning of February. I'm not saying that you were doing things that were other people telling you to do. I'm just trying to open your eyes towards something very specific that is going to be going on throughout the month of February. And it is very difficult to say which day it's exactly going to be, but you need to kind of be prepared for this situation, because you are going to feel some kind of pressure, and you are going to feel some kind of a push. And this is when you need to step in, my gorgeous Pisces, and do you know, respond in your own way, and do what you want to do. But I just want you to be kind of as open-minded as you possibly can be, and pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to your initial feeling. Because if you cross that little line, you know, first you have initial feeling of something is not quite right here, what they're asking me to do, something is not quite right, you know. And if you cross that line very quickly, you can cross that line, you can get on the other side, and you can find yourself overanalyzing. And once you start overanalyzing, this is the moment when you start also losing your power. So this is why you need to go with initial things like immediately. Okay, very important for you to understand. And another thing I was going to say, which is going to blow you away this month, my gorgeous Pisces, a surprise surprise. Someone is really going to surprise you so much. I like this. I like this. It's like to do with some kind of like a blast from the past. But no, please don't tell me, oh, my ex-lover. No, baby, no. It's not necessarily with ex-lover and things like that. No, 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 no. It's like a blast from the past. It's somebody who you really like, and somebody who you know for like your whole life, for example, or for a really, really long time. And then sometimes, you know, people just split and they go towards different directions in life. And those who return into our lives, of course, that are meant to be there. So it's to do with someone who was out of your life for a while. So now this particular person is kind of rejoin with your spiritual journey. And it's not only about rejoining when it comes to this specific person, but it's also about something like what they're gonna tell you. They're bringing you some kind of information. This person was like kind of out and about, and this person has been through something kind of mind-blowing. And what they've been through, they are going to let you know. They are going to make you aware of. But it's to do with like a very much so an important information that you are going to have. And it's almost like that you're gonna find out some kind of a secret that is gonna make you feel so much better about yourself and about your life. And most importantly, about those things that were just making you feel so negative and so dark for so long. Through this person, you're going to understand on one hand exactly what you need to do, but most certainly you're going to understand that things are going to be absolutely fine, absolutely right. So almost as if you were like kind of worrying about something like a way too much, you know, that it affected your way of thinking. And once our way of thinking gets affected, it normally affects on things that we are kind of planning when it comes to our future. You know, we kind of leave things aside that means to us so much, that means to us the most, my gorgeous Piscean. And this is a big no-no. This is something that we must not do. Regardless what's happening around us, we always have to remember, that if we don't do things that makes us feel good, makes us feel happy, then we are swaying away from our spiritual journey, from our spiritual purpose. So it's going to need to come to the point in our life where we understand fully that the readjustment is going to be needed, an important readjustment, and that normally comes in the form of the actual sacrifice. But the sacrifice normally also comes like in a good sacrifice, not a bad sacrifice, in the form of something that you just knew and know that it was just a really kind of like it like came to an end like a long time ago, but you were only doing it because you maybe got used to it, or it makes you feel safe and secure when it comes to your finances and things like that. It's just like kind of about finding a different way in order to live our lives to its fullest, you know, but in order to recognize as well that we were suppressing ourselves, you know, for a while, and just like kind of snapping out and coming out of it as well. When it comes to the actual numerology, my gorgeous Piscean, and when it comes to the February 2023, you know what? You have got 11. You have got number 11. This is like, oh my God, you are going to have such a mind-blowing experience at around the 11th of February. At around the 11th of, so you've got double 11 now here. It's like a big giant mama. So at around the 11th of February, you are going to have a remarkable experience. Something is going to happen to you. And what is going to happen to you? It's going to change your life. Why? Because you're going to see something that you need to see. What you're going to see on the 11th of February, it's going to surprise you, but purely because at the same time you will know exactly that there's some kind of a huge massive challenge, it's about to come to an end. But then on another hand, you're about to recognize a mind-blowing potential, and I can feel so strongly, I can feel the justice. Oh my God, karma justice. This is what I feel completely. And that means that, you know, you have been through kind of so much over the last 5 years. You've been through so much. You've been up, you've been down, you've been up, and now you are about to do something that is just really going to get you out of that loop that you have kind of found yourself in, that you have found yourself at. So this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing point of your life. of your spiritual journey, because after the 11th of February there is so much that is just going to start happening really, really fast when it comes to your life. This is not a time to be sad or to be negative, because when it comes to karma, when it comes to you planting spiritual seeds, when it comes to you manifesting, you are going to be powerful when it comes to February. Please, you need to understand this. We are always powerful when it comes to us manifesting things. It all starts in our mind, in our mind, in our mind, and we make things by being persistent. We achieve things by being persistent, but we need to stay on the same level. This is something that also you need to kind of keep on remembering, my gorgeous Piscelini. What I want to say to you is that, you know, it's a lot to do with the justice, and now that also means that, you know, at around the 11th of February you are going to hear a very, very interesting advice. And what you need to kind of you need to kind of stay alerted again, because this advice that you're going to hear, that you're going to become aware of on the 11th of February, it's also, no one is going to tell you this directly, but it's going to come to you through the power of the actual synchronicity. You're either going to listen to someone, or you're either going to remember of some kind of advice that someone gave you. But this is important for you to take on, because that advice that you're also going to remember, it's going to help you with an ongoing problem that was on your mind for the last 2 months. Something was kind of preventing you to move on for the last 2 months. Something was preventing you from making a really powerful and important decision. You have found yourself being indecisive for way too long, and you need to kind of, this is going to really show you the way, what exactly do you need to do when it comes to something that you've been indecisive about for the last 2 months. You need to respond in such a way where you are going to do something that's very special to you, something that's very unique to you. It's something to you that means to you so much when you find yourself indecisive. And also, most importantly, how you kind of go with this indecisiveness, how you kind of need to go with this flow, is by choosing the option which is going to nurture your life directly. And how you're going to know when something is nurturing your life directly, it's like, you know what do you want to do, what do you want to do. And this is like, you know, you just have to be honest with yourself when it comes to you being indecisive. The answer to that is going to come in such a way where you are going to go for the option that, you know, for the love of God, is like really directly nurturing your life. And it's also at that moment in time you're going to realize that you haven't been honest with yourself in a while, and this is only because you were maybe scared about something through some kind of people in your life. But then again, it's a lot to do with your subconscious mind. You were like kind of paying attention to certain things without even realizing, you know what I mean? Maybe you were listening to the certain downer things that are very negative and sad and down, and maybe you were aware of them being constantly down, but you weren't aware of the fact that they did get stuck at the back of your subconscious mind. And sometimes these things take over when it comes to us making really important decisions in terms of planning. This is also something that's really affecting us and slowing us down without us even realizing. It's like, oh my God, you're gonna start realizing so much, you know, this month about the bigger picture, my gorgeous Piscelini. Indeed, absolutely incredible. And also at the same time, what I really don't like here, but then again, you know, I'm gonna have to say that someone is on, you know, in every good there is a bad, and in every bad there is a good. You know, we've got a bit of a yin yang here. Okay, so this yin yang that we are going to have, it's almost as if at around the 16th and 17th of February you are really going to be maybe sad because of someone. Someone is gonna like really kind of surprise you, and someone is just going to show their real face, and you're not going to like this. And what is actually going to happen within these days is that you kind of, first of all, you're going to be sad because you're going to be disappointed disappointed about someone. This is how this is going to start. You being a little bit disappointed about someone because you are going to understand and realize somebody's true nature. So somebody's mask is going to fall, and first of all you're going to feel sad and a little bit negative and a little bit down, but then very shortly after you are kind of going to realize that certain things are now absolutely on you, and now suddenly for some reason you are going to feel free. You are going to feel like literally wings just grew. This is going to be a caterpillar butterfly moment indeed. So first of all you're going to think that somebody's mask has fallen, and this is going to surprise you, but then, and this is going to shock you, it's going to throw you out of balance, but very shortly after you're going to realize that that person was directly and primarily responsible for you being affected to the point where you just started to lose yourself. You just started to lose yourself. You just started to do things artificially, which means that it's almost somebody very strong like was dominating your life to the point where you've just lost yourself a little bit and you lost your voice. It doesn't really matter. It's more about you becoming aware of this, and you're going to realize this, and now suddenly you are actually going to see this as a remarkable blessing, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. And this is going to kind of highlight your own responsibility, and normally this will kind of scare you, but now you're going to be like, yeah baby, you know, another snapping out of something moment, you know. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to actually the things are going to start making sense now. And then it's also kind of gonna, now through this situation, you're going to realize what you're able to do in a really great way. And that in itself, it's going to require from you to kind of work on your organization, and also at the same time you are going to kind of realize that you're going to need to be patient about something as well. So it's all about you kind of becoming very creative and very excited about some kind of responsibility that you have. So that means that, you see, that other person was like really kind of projecting this huge amount of negative energy on you, that you weren't able to kind of do what you want to do. And it happens when we find ourselves around people that have got a negative and toxic energy and vibration around us. So this is when we lose ourselves a little bit. And then when something happens, boom, 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 and that person shows their real face, then things start making sense. Why did we feel in a certain way for such a long time? And most importantly, why we didn't act on a certain things that we would normally act, and why we haven't felt like ourselves for way too long now. So it's all going to start making sense here, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. And is just really gonna making you feel extremely creative. And also another mind-blowing point that it's actually going to happen this month as well, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's like, you know, you will realize that the very dark stage over the last 8 months, you went through something very difficult. Okay, so over the last 8 months you went through something very negative and very difficult. Whether you are aware of what am I talking about, or whether you need to do a bit of a thinking in order to reflect and get back to that specific point that I'm talking about, but something affected you so much over the last 8 months. You know, something happened to you, and you were also like kind of really scared, like negative, to the point where you kind of became frozen with certain things in your life. And this has affected your planning, and it's also like kind of affected you in a way where the last 8 months you just couldn't do what you wanted to do. You couldn't express yourself the way you wanted to express yourself, but you've also felt for way too long like your hands are tied at the back. So you wanted to do something for so many times, you wanted to like kind of try something, you wanted to maybe inspect something and things like that. Maybe you wanted to like kind of just like try things in life, but then again you were affected, you see. So for the last 8 months something affected you exactly 8 months ago, but the last 8 months you haven't really felt yourself because you couldn't do what you wanted to do. And now mind-blowing thing that it's actually going to happen this month that this energy, it's about to shift. This energy is about to disappear, and this is absolutely brilliant, you know, because you are going to have a really good news about something, you know, that happened to you within the last 8 months indeed. And this now, it's really going to make you aware of the fact that something literally came to an end, and that is just a really kind of, it's not at the end completely, but now you are at the final stages. So now you just need to come to terms with certain things that you need to make sure that they come to an end, so you can nicely and gently start moving on with your lives. Very important indeed. And also when it comes to nutrition, my gorgeous Piscelini, I highly suggest you to take natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your energy, and it's going to be remarkable for your to boost your immune system, alongside a natural zinc picolinate, which is a highly absorbable version of zinc, and it's superb together with vitamin D3, because it's going to help you to boost your immune system, but it's also going to help you with the skin, hair and nails. And the third thing that I would like to recommend you is organic chlorella. It's absolutely superb when it comes to basically omega-3 essential fatty acids, because our body cannot produce this by itself, but it's really needed, and it's essential for our mind, for our brain, for our memory, and these type of functions. And also organic chlorella is superb when it comes to detoxifying our bodies from the dangerous metals, because we have a dangerous metals literally everywhere nowadays indeed. So this is the organic chlorella. Yeah. And this is zinc picolinate, you see. And here is a natural vitamin D3. Okay, so if you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And these vitamins are indeed my own brand, and they are made with an exceptional quality ingredients, and they're suitable for vegetarians, for vegans, without any rubbish in or anything like that. You can buy these vitamins. The link is in the description below, or you can simply go on Google, type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you can see my page coming up that way as well. So the very first date that I would like you to talk to you about, it's going to be on the very first of February. On very 1st of February, as soon as you wake up, something is going to be on your mind. On the very 1st of February, something is going to be on your mind, and this is going to surprise you really, what you're going to be thinking about. And it's all going to boil down towards you thinking that you need to finish something, you need to finish something, you need to finish something. It's to do with some kind of unfinished business, you know, and that in itself is going to surprise you, like where this is coming from. But yet again, I told you this many times, that when we wake up in the morning, there is like kind of, we are still benefiting from what's happening to us while we are sleeping, because we are having astral projections, but we don't necessarily remember. We kind of dream every night, but we don't necessarily remember. But within the first few minutes when we wake up, we are still able to reflect and benefit from all these multiple dimensions that we are part of while we are asleep, and when our subconscious mind takes over. So this is not a surprise when you have a certain indications or realizations as soon as you wake up in the morning, but it's important to kind of take them on and understand that this is coming from somewhere else, you know, when we are so much more spiritually open. So this is something that we should actually do. So on the 1st of February, you're going to become aware of some kind of unfinished business, and then by the time you get to the 3rd of February, you are going to like kind of be thinking about that quite a lot on the 3rd of February again, and you are going to have this like kind of hermit moment where you're going to be able to reflect so much. On one hand, you're going to find yourself looking for big life answers type of thing, because when we have a hermit moment, we drift really deep, but then at the same time there's so many other things that come to us when we are again at such a powerful state of our mind, you know, of our spirit really. So on the 3rd of February, you are going to have this hermit moment where you're going to be thinking a lot about this unfinished business that you suddenly became aware of, and now you know you're going to realize something. You're just going to realize something completely out of the blue. You're going to realize this unfinished business. Like first couple of days you were like, oh, I don't know, and I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know where is this coming from. Oh my God, I don't know where this is coming from, but it's constantly on my mind. I'm constantly thinking about it, blah blah blah, and things like that. And by the time you get to the 3rd of February, when you have this hermit moment, when you kind of like, now suddenly you're going to realize something is going to happen, and almost as if you're going to see your life like upside down, and you needed to see your life in an upside down to get the picture right, like this. So you are going to be able to see a completely different perspective on something that was really affecting you and slowing you down. And this different perspective also that you are going to realize is going to be a lot about like this unfinished business. You are going to start seeing this in a completely different way. So it's not about you realizing what exactly you're going to do, but you're going to realize the importance of this, and you're going to see a completely different perspective to this unfinished business, and you're going to start seeing it like a little bit different, in a completely different light, in a completely different way, because you're going to understand something else about it. So you're not going to see it as an unfinished business, something like at that moment in time, but you're going to see something that you want to kind of throw yourself in as soon as you possibly can. This is the moment in time when your really kind of priorities are also going to start changing. On one hand, you will know that something needs to go, it's to do with the sacrifice in order to start the process of change, but then on another hand, you really are going to feel so adamant to actually do this. It's like, oh my God, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about this whatsoever, and at the same time this is going to bring you a mind-blowing determination, inspiration. You're going to feel the strength and balance that you haven't felt in absolute centuries only while you're thinking about it. So this is the time when you are going to reconnect with something that was missing in your life. So it's going to start with an unfinished business, but then you're going to realize like, oh my God, this is something that it's like a pretty much so an essential part of my life, an essential part of my spiritual journey. It's something that you're not going to be able to kind of stop thinking about whatsoever. And this is like really going to be the time where you are going to feel the happiness and excitedness, that you haven't felt in absolute ages, but especially when it comes to you being so excited about your life, so excited about what's to come as well. You're gonna be in this mode like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do that, oh my God, I'm so excited. And this is a very, very powerful vibration, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. And look at this. When I shuffle these oracle cards, and when I just focus on the 3rd of February, I know that this is going to be really important. This great determination that you are going to have about this unfinished business. It's going to start with an unfinished business, but it's going to end up to be an integral and an essential part of your spiritual journey. Something that you're going to realize you're not going to even be able to live without. You will not want to live without this whatsoever, because it's going to help you to tap into the energies that you haven't tapped in absolute ages. And at the same time, look at this, it's going to bring a healing into your life. This is powerful. This is really powerful. Okay, and now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to offer you, look at this absolutely gorgeous two light. This is something that is going to help you to keep on top of things that you feel passionate about, especially when you're surrounded by people that are maybe a little bit negative, or maybe especially when you're surrounded by the people that are quite a little bit toxic as well. This in itself, it's like when you're working on something that you're passionate about, with this, it unlocks you, it unlocks something within. So you're working on something that you're passionate about, and you think this, that. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. But then now suddenly you start having these different realizations and different ideas. What else you should try? What else you should try that you would normally kind of never think of? You know what I mean? But it just goes so well with what you're actually doing and what you're actually focusing on. First of all, it's like, oh my god, you realize I would never think of this, but then again you just realize it all makes sense. Why did you actually think of that? But you only thought of that because you're wearing this absolutely powerful tool light. What it also does, it has got such a power to unlock the power of our third psychic eye. You know how powerful our third psychic eye is. Like, oh my god, if I start talking about it, I will be talking for the last 7 days. What an absolutely mind-blowing impact this has on our lives indeed. But sometimes people are not aware of it. Who is not aware of it, I suppose, is never going to be aware of it. And who is aware of it, it's like, you know what I mean, you're aware of it for a reason. So this has got the power to unlock your third psychic eye, and then so much becomes clear indeed. This gorgeous tool light comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And if you also know someone who could benefit from this, you can buy this for them as well. So the second important date is going to be on the 19th of February. Like now, 19th of February, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. You are really going to be surprised what is actually going to happen on the 19th of February. Completely surprising situation. Something is really going to surprise you. There are two things that are going to actually happen. The surprise number one, it's a lot to do with you like realizing the specific information and message which is going to make you aware the fact that some kind of a personal, nasty, horrible challenge came to an end, is coming to an end, and you're gonna love this. This is gonna elevate you, oh my god, so much. This is gonna mean to you so much. This challenge was very personal. This challenge was very horrible and annoying, and you're also going to only going to realize on the 19th of February the actual extent this venture. You will see what I mean, trust me. And another surprise that you saw, the challenge, nasty challenge is coming to an end, nasty challenging time. And also on another hand, what else you're going to realize is a surprising success in your life. It's also going to show you the way, baby, but at the same time it's going to make you feel so good, because you will know that you are about to walk through a very powerful and special doors on the 19th of February 2023. This in itself is going to give you a mind-blowing reason for celebration. I like this so much because you have been so clever. You have been so clever, my gorgeous Piscelini, in order to get to this point, to this stage in your life. You've been very clever. You've been keeping certain things to yourself, and you've been coming out with certain things, you know what I mean? But the bottom line is, most importantly, you've been keeping like the right things to yourself, you know, things that you know that there is no point to say to the certain and specific people in your life, because it would only make water murkier, and there is no point to make our own water where we swim in murkier, because it's only going to be more difficult to swim, you know. So it's just like you were very clever in order to achieve this, and in order to get this balance back into your life, because now something really incredible is going to happen here. And you are not the only one who is going to benefit from this. It's like, if you do have a family, you know, because you may not have a family, I understand. You know, maybe everybody's dead, I understand. Or you just don't have a family, I completely understand. It really depends what your spiritual journey is, you know, on this earth, you know. So it's like, basically what else I was going to say is that if you do have a family, you know, people are gonna be so proud of you. Everybody's gonna benefit from this. You're gonna make everybody's life so much better, and you're gonna be soon in a position where you are gonna be able to help to those people in your life that you weren't able to help before, both financially and with your energy, healing energy as well. So you're not only doing something really mind-blowing for yourself, but you're also going to bring an ultimate happiness to those people in your life. I'm telling you that you are going to be able to help to people that what you always wanted to do. But now this vision, my gorgeous Pisces, it's about to become the actual reality. You're very, very clever indeed. And here you are going to have a very, very interesting realization. Very interesting realization about yourself. Very interesting realization why you're so different. Very interesting realization what is making you so different. And this is going to be such a beautiful and powerful moment, because in itself this is like almost like an adventurous experience. It's more like a really meaningful experience that you're going to have, where you're going to realize like some kind of a life purpose here. This is why this is going to be so big. Look at this, my gorgeous Pisces. I just want to take these oracle cards. Look what you're going to realize about yourself on the 19th of February also. Look at this. This is going to be so big. You know, so big. This is just a preparation for the actual March. So this is February 2023. March is going to be mind-blowing. But this is only the beginning. Okay, so look at this. You also are going to help. You need to help someone. You're going to need to help someone. Okay, you're going to need to help to someone. Okay, someone is going to need your help. Sorry, this is just again the spiritual card that an additional information on the 19th of February that someone is going to need your help. And how you're going to know who is going to need your help? Someone is going to act very strangely. Someone is going to act really weird, in a weird way. And this is going to be a sign and indication to not to overreact, to not to act in a certain way with this person, like not to overreact or anything like that, but just to understand that someone is going to need your help here. Very, very important indeed. And you will know on the 19th of February who that is, because they will do something completely out of character. And all you need to do is start the process of conversation, and you're going to find out something about that person as well, and it's somebody in your life, and you are going to be so pleased with yourself that you decided to talk to that person, because you will decide to talk to that person at the right time. You are going to feel so pleased with yourself. I couldn't be more serious here. So this is an additional message. Okay, and the reason why this additional message came through, it's because you're learning very, very quickly, in a very fast way, so many special things about yourself and about your life. And this, my gorgeous Pisces, is clearly showing me and telling me that I've told you this few times, that a specific journey came to an end, that a new journey is about to start. But this is a really, you're in for something really big. You're in for a big change. Okay, and that's why I had an additional card here, needing you to be compassionate towards someone. Okay, because it's to do at a time when things are changing, when we are going through the big challenge. We're also facing aspects of our lives that like kind of either come through other people in a form of like fixing an old relationship that didn't work out, or fixing something that, you know, someone offended you, or like some kind of argument, or just a really kind of showing your love and emotions towards someone, and through your love and emotions you also heal someone. But what you're going to find out, you're going to feel so pleased. So just remember this. Going back to the 19th of February, again, what I said, where this is going to lead towards, you know, this you are going to be able to, you know, do things that you wanted. You see these animals. This also means that, you know, you will be able to do so much that you weren't able to do before. Almost as if like your dream is about to come true. It's to do, animals are also to do with, you know, very, very sacred part of our spiritual journey. It's about to become obvious. And that in itself, my gorgeous Pisces, is going to lead towards one of the biggest blessings you've ever had. So this is what the 19th of February is going to bring you. It's all going to boil down towards this huge, huge blessing coming into your lives. And also, what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Piscelini, would be this absolutely beautiful Petersite. Now, this is absolutely stunning. This is probably one of the most beautiful and powerful pendants I've ever had. And on top of that, it's extremely, extremely rare. And this Petersite is so powerful. When you wear this on the outside with the sun, you know, it just creates these gorgeous colors, and people just can just come to you and just ask you, what are you wearing, what are you wearing, you know, this is beautiful, I've never seen a pendant like this. Well, because it's quite rare as well, and on top of that, it's ridiculously powerful, because it also, as soon as you wear this, as soon as you hold this, you become so confident, ridiculously confident. You become very powerful when it comes to you feeling confident, but at the same time, it's just a really kind of like makes you feel really brave, and it also gives you energy. And energy and confidence that you have, it's pretty much so a lot to do with those things that you feel ambitious about, with your work, with things that you are working on, with things that you want to take on the next level of your life, you know, and it's just really opens you up. On one hand, it re-energizes you and gives you confidence to do things that you wouldn't normally do, but they're essential part of what you are kind of working on. And on top of that, it protects you from horrible negative energy, negative people, and it also discharges negative energy and emotional turmoil while cleansing the aura and restoring it to calm. This is really important because on another hand, it gives us a chance to see things clearly that we wouldn't normally see clearly. And at the same time, if we feel really horrible, if we feel really negative, if we feel really down, if we feel really anxious, if we feel really paranoid, you know, these are normal emotions, you know what I mean? Like, come on, normal feelings, normal emotions. And if we didn't sleep 3 days, can you imagine you don't sleep 3-4 days and then you have to show up somewhere, you have to have a like presentation or meeting or something. Yeah, this life is not meant to be easy, my goodness, you know. But can you imagine you don't sleep for 3 days? Oh, sorry, I didn't sleep for 3 days. Nobody cares. You need to show yourself up, baby. You know, you need to show up, baby. So I'm trying to say that it's right. When you feel spaced out, it brings you down immediately, but it also helps you to express yourself in a sharp way and even impress people you want to impress, you know. So this is why it's so powerful indeed, because it has got a power to elevate you like literally immediately. So this gorgeous Petersite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And if you don't see the link in the description below, some people can't see it, but it is there, you know, then you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin shop, and then you will see this pendant right on top, you know, the last two pendants, you will see them right on top. Okay, so now the third important day, my gorgeous Piscelini, is going to be, the third important date is going to be on the actual 21st. I want you to understand the 21st of February. I mentioned the 21st of February a few times, but I want you to mention for this now, the 21st of February, you are really, listen to me very carefully. This is a big one. On the 21st of February, 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 para pam pam param pam pam param pam 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 para. Just remember, my gorgeous Piscelini, the 21st of February. You must remember this. Please don't forget this. Something is going to interest you so much. You're gonna feel this mind-blowing urge to learn something, to find out, be more about something, to explore something, and that is gonna make you feel so optimistic. That is gonna make you feel so cheeky and so good. And I'm saying cheeky because you're gonna recognize the energy you haven't been kind of able to feel like in so long. So you will know that this is to do with your own breakthrough. For the love of God, you need to understand to not to ignore what is going to happen on the 21st of February, 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 21st of February. So please, on the 21st of February, something is going to attract you. Something is going to really become the part of your existence, and you will feel like you want to explore something, find out something a bit further about something. You will feel like you want to learn a bit more about something. You must understand that this is something that is going to be also extremely wise choice for you. This is bringing a mind-blowing adventure into your life. Not only adventure, my gorgeous Pisces, but it's also bringing bright prospects into your life that couldn't have happened at a better time. This is so important, but it's down to you whether you're going to take this seriously or not. So what you're going to become aware of on the 21st of February, what you're going to become aware of on the 21st of February, it's going to come in form of you feeling such a strong urge to learn something more, to try something more, to try something, to inspect something, to investigate something. And once you start this, you just need to plunge in, baby. Do it immediately. Put it as a priority number one. And once you do this, there is something is going to happen. And it's going to be like one of the greatest adventures of your life, literally. But you're also on top of that going to realize a really, really bright prospect indeed. So please go for it. And the last important date is going to be on the 24th of February, 24th. So that was 21st of February. This is the 24th of February, where you are going to have another amazing achievement here, a victory, achievement. And this is really going to be such an amazing time of your own recognition, but it's also going to help you to recognize what the next step is going to be. But you need to be sharp, you need to be quick, and you need to be clever. Clever you are, I don't need to tell you this, but you need to be sharp and quick, because something, for some reason, it's gonna be telling you that you've got your initial feelings that you've got plenty of time to do something. But no, baby, no. You need to be very clever here in such a way where you need to be quick with the decision that you are going to make based on the good news that you are going to have on the 24th of February 2023. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen to those of you in relationships. Now this is brilliant, because someone is going to play a huge role in your life. Somebody who is already in your life, maybe a family member or a friend. They are really going, somebody who is a prominent figure or prominent person in your life, my gorgeous Pisces, is going to give you they're going to tell you something. This person is going to tell you something to you and your partner. This person is going to give you some kind of advice. This person is going to kind of give you some kind of idea. And this idea, it's going to bring you two together even closer, you and your partner. I'm not saying that you weren't close, but this idea, you're both going to be able to recognize. It's you know what, this makes sense, this is amazing. You will know that this idea, it's not only going to make you and your partner so much happier, but it's also going to help you to speed up the certain process as well, in order to get where you want to get as well. So please go for it. So it's an important idea you are going to get from someone in your life, somebody persistent, you know. And at the same time, this is something that is going to make you both so much happier. Maybe to start with, you're going to be like, yeah, it's a great idea, amazing idea, but then as the time goes by, you're going to realize more and more and more. You're going to have additional ideas about that particular idea, and you will know that this is something that you really want to do, and you're going to be able to recognize this becoming the part of your life like so quick and so soon. And you're going to be grateful to God that that person in your life suggested this to you. Absolutely brilliant. I suggest you to take this on, because this is going to bring a really kind of important accomplishment to both of you, because you're both going to feel so much happier. It's really a lot to do what you always wanted to do, but now you're just going to be able to think about it from a kind of a little bit different angle. You know, it's like a different aspect, different angle, you know. It's going to come from someone else, but then again, it's going to boil down towards something that you both wanted to do for such a long time. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Piscelini, do you know what? It looks like you are going to like someone this month. You are going to find someone quite attractive. But then again, something is really going to put you off that person very quickly and very soon. There are two reasons for that. Reason number one is you are still not ready. You need to let someone go. At around the same time, you will see that, you know, there is someone that you are still holding on to, someone that you like maybe a little bit too much, but you can't be with that specific person, but you're still not allowing other person to come into your life because you're still thinking about someone else who you came across like not that long ago, but it's someone that is not going to be in your life, and you were aware of that from the beginning, but that person inspired you anyway. So you just still need to you still have an element of somebody else. So this is the reason number one. And reason number two is also because subconsciously you're gonna feel something about that person. Something is not quite right, something cheeky and something naughty and something not quite honest. And you know what? This is when psychic Piscelini comes in, because you're absolutely right. And then, you know, a few days later, after that moment in time, you are really going to be you're going to find yourself like being very much so nostalgic. But the nostalgic times that you are going to have, my gorgeous single Piscelinis, it's going to be more about maybe the way time used to be in your life, or the way things used to be in your life like about 7 or 8 years ago. I know that it's to do with within the last 7 or 8 years, do you know what I mean? But then again, if you're much younger, then we are talking about a month perhaps, you know. But you know, it's like I am saying that here, that you know, the bottom line is that you're suddenly going to be reminded of how things used to be in your life before, and this is in itself, it's going to start changing something within. And now you're going to realize exactly which step do you need to make, and the step that you need to make in order to let someone into your life is to come to terms with somebody who's not going to be with you, who is not for you anyway, it's not good for you anyway, the one that is still a kind of in your mind without you even realizing as such. But on another hand, you are also going to need to be very, very brave, because now at this moment in time, in order to return to how things used to be in your life back then, you also need to kind of make a necessary step towards an unknown right now. What unknown situation is, you will become aware of that, trust me, but you're not going to be able to have your life back how it used to be at the time where maybe you were like kind of meeting certain people, or there were like more people around you, for example. You're not going to have that back. I'm not saying that you're going backwards, please don't get me wrong, I'm not going backwards, no baby, no. I'm just talking about specific aspects of our lives on our spiritual journey where we used to do things in a certain way that inspired you, and we did have like a kind of really good results through it, for example. So it's all about like coming to like terms with certain elements, you know, and how to bring them into our lives, but also becoming aware of the fact that this is not going to happen unless you make the necessary step. And this time, the necessary step that you're going to need to make, it's going to be the step towards the unknown. You will know what that is, and it's going to bring you a whole new element into your life, which is going to put you in touch with very, very interesting people by the end of February 2023. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love. Healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.